What's going on, y'all? Yo, welcome to my channel, Drive, Sleep, Drive. And in this video, I'm going to be exposing the best tippers out there by race when it comes to my experience of doing deliveries. Again, my experience is people all over the world. Everybody, you know, when it comes to sharing their money, everybody does it different. You know what I mean? Like I said, this is my experience. This is nothing against anybody, but I just want to tell y'all my experience of who tips the best. I've been driving for a while, and I've gotten to the point where I can tell who's going to tip me and who's not going to tip me. Now, it's a lot of us out there, we grinding and we driving, and tips is very important to us because without tips, really can't make good money. Only platform that I know if people did not tip you where you can still make decent money is Grubhub. But Uber Eats, whoo, no. You got to tip on Uber Eats. Because Uber Eats, goddamn, man. I mean, going to McDonald's for $3.50 and taking it, you know what I mean, a little bit, not too far, but for $3.50 to deliver some food. And if you don't give a tip, man, that's worse than minimum wage. I want to tell y'all who tips the best when I'm driving in Ohio. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you the race of people that I deliver to: Caucasian people or white people, African American, black, Indians, the ones that like to eat a lot of that spicy shit, Chinese. I believe most of them is Chinese. Hispanics or Puerto Ricans or Latinos, a lot of them be on the west side, so I come across a lot of them on the west side, not so much on my side of town, so I'm on the east side. Now this video, like, this is just something fun to watch. I have nothing against nobody. I'm not coming on here to say, oh, you're a monster because you don't tip. No, I'm just, you know, for somebody who might be driving in Ohio, you might want to know who tips the best. So you're not one of these, so you're not somebody that's just driving and delivering food and think you finna get a tip all the time. I've been driving for a while. I can tell you who the fuck is gonna tip you and who's not gonna fucking tip you. So I'm gonna go from the order of best tipper to, you know, the worst tipper. Before I do that, let me step back real quick. The tip systems is different on Grubhub and on Uber. I'm gonna do Uber Eats. I'm gonna say the best for Uber Eats. I can't even say Grubhub because I feel like Grubhub, the way Grubhub tip system works, I think Grubhub takes the money that the person spends on the food, and when they charge them the fee for delivery, I think that's how they determine the tips. Because I actually delivered food to somebody and they were trying to give me a tip, and on the app it said they tipped me. You know what I mean? And I have no problem with Grubhub doing that. Grubhub, I respect that because Grubhub want to make sure that you are going to get tipped. Because like Uber don't do that shit. Uber lets the customer gives the customer the option to tip. So, which is not always a good idea, especially when it comes to Uber. I mean, Uber, come on, you only paying us like $3 for fucking deliveries. Like, it's crazy. Anyways, so I'm going to give you the top when it comes to my experience with Uber. I'm not going to get into Grubhub because when I deliver for Grubhub, the tips is usually on there. But Uber, I'm gonna just say Uber. The number one spot I would have to give to Caucasian people. You just about guaranteed a tip 80% of the time if you deliver to the home of a Caucasian. Number two, I'm gonna have to say would be African Americans, the black people. They would get that number two spot. Now after this, I'm gonna go over some shit because everybody that is like I said, 80% of the time. So that means it's people that don't tip. Number three is kind of like tied for the spot between Chinese people and Indian people, but I'm gonna edge it to the Indian people. So I'm gonna give Indian people, the ones that like the spicy food, I'm gonna give them the number three spot. And let me say something real quick. When I say Indian people that like spicy food, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. I just know that it may still be like Native Americans and they're considered Indians too. So I want y'all to know what type of Indians I'm talking about, because I've never delivered to a Native American. I'm delivering to the Indian people that like to cook the real hot spicy, the hot spicy shit. I mean, so hot. I mean, it burn your nose when you smell that shit. When I'm delivering that food, that shit be super spicy. Number 4, I'm gonna give it to the Chinese people. And number 5 will go to the Hispanics and the Puerto Ricans. Now, I'm going to give you an experience, the whole experience when it comes to tipping. Most of the time when I deliver to Caucasian people, they tip. Some tip real good, some don't tip that much, some don't tip at all. Black people, they tip 70% of the, I'm gonna say 60% of the time black people tip. Anytime it's like an older black person, they tip real good. Young people do not tip. Like a lot of like the teenagers or the college kids, majority of them do not fucking tip. So if you deliver to any of them, don't expect a tip. And that goes for any goddamn race. But if you are going to get a tip, you're more likely to get a tip from young Caucasian kids. So shout out to the Caucasian parents that teach them young kids to tip. And to everybody else, shame on you, because your kids do not be tipping shit. And I be bringing them slushies and goddamn, I go across town to get a fucking milkshake and bring it to them, and they don't tip me shit. They want Twix ice cream, a lot of all kind of shit. You spending $20 for me to go across the street to bring you some shit you could have walked to the store to get, and they don't give me no goddamn tip, man. Y'all gotta talk to y'all kids, because y'all kids don't tip. Them Caucasian children, they be tipping, man. They be tipping. Now, I'm not saying all black kids don't be tipping, but you can guarantee that if you deliver to one of them young white kids, they gonna give you a tip. Chinese people, majority of the time, I do not get a tip from them. Like, the only time I get a tip from them is probably on Grubhub, you know. But some do tip, but like majority of the time, I don't even expect no tip from them. Indian people, they tip a little bit more than Chinese people, but a lot of them don't tip. Funny shit. I delivered to an Indian person today. I delivered them some pizza, and they tipped me $6. That's the most I've ever got tip from one of them, if they do tip. Now, Hispanics and Puerto Ricans. Now, this is from my experience of doing Uber on the west side, and I no longer do Uber on the west side. I was delivering to a lot of them, and a lot of them, thank you, you know what I mean? I had a woman, I brought a bunch of pizza, and she was like, thank you, sweetie. I said, you welcome. I'm like, she finna tip good. I waited a whole fucking day and didn't get a fucking tip. Like, they do not fucking tip. I don't know why. They don't tip you. I don't know if money tight over there, or I don't know, but the whole purpose of this video is that people, that a lot of y'all should tip. You know what I mean? Y'all should be tipping. It should not be a reason why you're not tipping. Even though you probably paid a lot for a delivery, you gotta understand that most of us that drive, we don't get to see a lot of that delivery fee. You know what I mean? A lot of that shit is going to the company, on top of them overcharging you for foods. And I'm gonna do a video on why it's important for you to tip. See, you probably don't think it's important to tip, but I'm gonna put you on to some shit. It's very important for you to tip, and I'm gonna expose some shit in another video and tell you why you should tip. Because some of y'all probably had some bad experience with some deliveries, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's very important to tip. Always tip a driver, because you gotta understand that if that person didn't go get your food, you had to get in your motherfucking car and go get the food and tear your shit up. We out there on the road all day tearing our shit up. We need that money in order to, you know what I mean, to definitely fix our cars and shit. It's very important for the tips, because we don't make that much without the tips. But other than that, I don't think it was nothing else I want to add to this video. But any of y'all that's driving and you never drove before, I'm letting you know who you can expect to get tips from. I hope y'all, like the video. Please subscribe, because I'm going to be doing more videos on this channel. Everybody have a blessed day, and make sure you tune in for the next video. Peace.